My beloved child, I know that you have found yourself standing at the very edge of your endurance, looking out into a horizon that seems clouded with uncertainty, and you are holding onto a thread of hope that feels so thin it might snap at any moment. You have whispered into the quiet of the night asking if I am still listening, if I still care, or if I have perhaps turned my gaze away from your situation. But I want you to know with absolute certainty that I am closer to you right now than the very breath in your lungs. You feel that you are down to your last option, your last dollar, or your last ounce of strength. But it is often in the place where human capacity ends that my divine ability begins to take over and reshape your reality. I see the heaviness that you carry in your chest when you wake up in the morning, that sinking feeling that tells you nothing has changed, and that the mountains in front of you are too high to climb. But I need you to understand that what you perceive as a dead end is actually a setup for a supernatural breakthrough. You have been measuring your future based on your past failures and your current limitations. Yet I do not measure your destiny by what you have in your hands. I measure it by what I have in my heart for you. This feeling of being cornered is not a sign of your defeat, but rather it is the distinct pressure that comes before a diamond is formed. For I am doing a work in you that requires this season of intense transformation. There have been moments recently where you looked at the people around you and felt a deep sense of isolation, believing that everyone else has their lives figured out while you are struggling just to keep your head above the rising waters. Please understand that every soul has its own hidden battles, but for you, I have designed a path that requires a deeper level of trust because I am taking you to a higher level of purpose. The loneliness you feel is not a punishment, but a sacred separation, a time where I have pulled you aside from the noise of the world so that you can learn to recognize my voice clearly above the clamor of your fears. You are not being left behind. You are being prepared for a promotion that requires you to be anchored in me alone. I know that you have cried tears that no one else has seen, tears that have soaked your pillow, while you wondered why the answer to your prayers has been delayed for so long. And I have caught every single one of those tears and stored them as a precious testament to your endurance. A delay is never a denial in my kingdom. It is simply the time required to prepare the environment for the blessing, so that when it arrives, you will have the character to sustain it and the wisdom to steward it well. You feel that you are running out of time, but I am the master of time, and I can do more in 1 second of my favor than you could accomplish in 1,000 years of your own striving. You have been battling thoughts of unworthiness, voices from your past that try to remind you of your mistakes and convince you that you have disqualified yourself from the good things I have promised. I want you to silence those lies right now with the truth of my unconditional love. For my plans for you are not based on your perfection, but on my grace, which is sufficient for every weakness you possess. You are not defined by the times you fell down. You are defined by the fact that my hand is extended to pick you up. And even now, in your lowest moment, I see you as my masterpiece, worthy of redemption and destined for glory. It is not a coincidence that you are hearing this message today, for I have arranged this specific moment to speak life into your weary bones, and to remind you that the story I am writing for you has a victorious ending that you cannot yet see. You have been focusing on the closed doors, the rejections, and the losses, mourning them as if they were the end of your joy. But I tell you that I closed those doors to protect you from rooms you were not meant to enter. What you thought was a loss was actually me making space for something far greater, something that aligns perfectly with the true desires I have placed deep within your spirit. The exhaustion you feel is not just physical. It is a spiritual fatigue that comes from trying to control outcomes that were never meant for you to carry. And today, I am inviting you to lay that heavy burden down at my feet. You have been trying to figure out the how and the when of your deliverance, but those are not your questions to answer. Your only job is to trust in the who that is leading you. When you finally surrender the need to control every detail, you will feel a peace that surpasses all understanding wash over you, guarding your heart and mind even while the storm rages on the outside. I know that fear has been knocking loudly at the door of your heart, whispering catastrophic scenarios about your future, telling you that you will not make it and that you will be put to shame. Do not listen to the enemy of your soul, for he only attacks those who have a great destiny, and the intensity of your battle is proof of the magnitude of your blessing. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I command you to stand firm in the authority I have given you and speak to those mountains of fear, for they must bow before the name that is above all names. You have looked at your bank account or your resources and felt the cold grip of anxiety, wondering how you will survive the coming days. But I want to remind you of the lilies of the field and the birds of the air, which neither toil nor spin, yet I care for them. How much more valuable are you to me than they are, my child? And why do you doubt that I own the cattle on 1,000 hills and can open the floodgates of heaven to provide for you in ways that defy natural logic? Your provision is not tied to the economy of this world. It is tied to my kingdom, and I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, who will meet all your needs according to my riches in glory. There is a weariness in your relationships, a feeling of being misunderstood or undervalued by those you thought would stand by your side. And this has caused a crack in your heart that makes you hesitant to trust again. I am healing that wound right now by pouring my liquid love into the cracks of your soul, reminding you that while people may fail you, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I am removing people from your life who are anchors to your past, so that I can bring in those who will be wind in your sails for your future, divine connections that will encourage you and walk with you into your destiny. You have questioned if you have missed my will, if perhaps you took a wrong turn somewhere that led you into this wilderness. But I want to assure you that even your missteps are calculated in my sovereign plan to get you exactly where you need to be. I am the God who can draw a straight line with a crooked stick, and nothing you have done is too great for my grace to cover or my wisdom to redeem. You are exactly where you need to be to learn the lessons that will serve you in the palace I am preparing for you, just as Joseph was prepared in the prison before he ruled the nation. The silence you have experienced from heaven has not been a sign of my absence, but rather it has been a test of your faith, compelling you to dig deeper roots into the soil of my word rather than relying on emotional highs. Just as a teacher is silent during the test, I have been watching you closely, proud of your perseverance, knowing that this season of quiet growth is producing a spiritual maturity in you that could not be gained any other way. The time of silence is coming to an end, and soon you will hear the sound of abundance of rain, a fresh voice from heaven that will give you clear direction for your next step. I feel the grief you carry for dreams that seem to have died, for opportunities that slipped through your fingers, and for the time you feel has been wasted in waiting. I am the resurrection and the life, and I specialize in breathing life into dry bones. Watch closely as I resurrect those dormant dreams, but this time they will come to life with my power and not your own effort. Nothing is ever truly lost in my kingdom. It is only planted, and the harvest that is coming from your tears will be greater than anything you could have gathered if things had happened on your original timeline. You have been comparing your journey to others, looking at their highlight reels and feeling like you are falling behind. But this comparison is a thief that steals your joy and blinds you to the unique beauty of your own path. I have crafted a custom-made destiny for you that no one else can fulfill, and your timeline is perfectly synchronized with my divine purposes for your life. Stop looking to the left and to the right. Fix your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith, and run your race with patience, knowing that the prize I have for you is specific and tailored just for your spirit. There is a physical toll that this stress has taken on your body, a tension in your shoulders and a restlessness in your sleep. But I am sending my healing virtue to flow through you right now, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. I command your body to relax, your mind to settle, and your spirit to enter into my rest. For worry adds not a single hour to your life, but trust revitalizes your youth like the eagle. Sleep in peace tonight, my child, knowing that while you rest, I am working on your behalf, arranging circumstances and softening hearts to favor you in the morning. You have felt like a small boat tossed in a violent ocean, battered by waves of bad news and winds of adversity. But you have forgotten that I am in the boat with you, and with one word I can calm the raging seas. The storm is not meant to drown you. It is meant to show you that the vessel of your faith is stronger than you thought, and that the captain of your soul is capable of navigating through the darkest night. Peace, be still. Let those words resonate within your inner being, quieting the chaotic thoughts that threaten to overwhelm your sanity. I am aware of the secret prayers you have prayed when you thought no one was listening, the bargains you tried to make, and the desperate pleas for just one sign that things will get better. I am giving you that sign today through this message, confirming that I have heard every word, even the ones your heart spoke when your lips could not find the language. I am answering you, not always in the way you expect, but in the way that is best for your ultimate good, shielding you from dangers you cannot see and guiding you toward blessings you cannot yet imagine. You have felt the sting of betrayal, the sharp pain of loyalty not returned, and it has made you want to build walls around your heart to protect yourself from ever being hurt again. I ask you to give me those bricks. Let me dismantle those walls, for a hardened heart cannot receive the fullness of my love, and I want to heal you so completely that you can love again without fear. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the prison of bitterness. Release those who hurt you, not for their sake, but so that you can walk freely into the new season I have prepared for you, unencumbered by the baggage of the past. The enemy has tried to whisper that you are too old, too broken, or too far gone to make a difference. But I tell you that Moses was 80 when he began his mission, and Sarah was 90 when she received her promise. My power is made perfect in weakness, and I delight in using the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. So do not disqualify yourself when I have already qualified you with my blood. Your best days are not behind you. They are right in front of you, waiting for you to step into them with a renewed sense of purpose and a fresh fire of anticipation. I see the confusion that clouds your mind when you try to make decisions, the paralysis of analysis that keeps you stuck in the same place because you are afraid of making a mistake. I am the Spirit of truth, and I will guide you into all truth. Simply ask for wisdom, and I will give it to you liberally without finding fault. You do not need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Just trust the light I give you for today, and surely as the sun rises, the path for tomorrow will become clear as you move forward in faith. You have been holding on to your last hope as if it were a fragile glass ornament, afraid to breathe on it lest it shatter. But I want you to turn that fragile hope into a bold, roaring expectation. Hope is the anchor of the soul, sure and steadfast. And when your hope is placed in me, it is not a wishful thinking but a confident assurance of what is to come. Raise your expectations, my child, for I am able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think. And I want you to prepare your nets for a catch that will break the limits of your understanding. There is a breakthrough hanging right above your head in the spiritual realm, held back only by the last remnants of doubt and the fatigue that makes you want to stop praying. Push through the resistance one more time, pray one more time, believe one more time. For the walls of Jericho did not fall until the 7th day after the 7th march. You are on the final lap. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. And if you do not give up now, you will see the salvation of the Lord manifest in your life in a way that will make everyone around you marvel. I know you feel the weight of responsibility for your family, the pressure to be the strong one who holds everything together. But even the strongest pillars need a foundation to rest upon. Let me be your foundation. Let me be the strength in your arms and the resolve in your spirit. For you were never meant to carry the world on your shoulders. Give your family to me. Give your worries about their future to me. And watch how I can touch their hearts and align their paths in ways that your worrying could never accomplish. You have looked at the mirror and seen a face etched with worry. But I look at you and see a warrior who has survived 100% of the battles you have faced so far. You are stronger than you think, more resilient than you know, and the scars you bear are not marks of shame, but medals of honor in the spiritual realm. Stand tall, shake off the dust of defeat, and put on the full armor that I have provided for you. For the battle is not yours, but mine, and the victory has already been secured at the cross. The financial lack you are facing is a temporary condition, not a permanent sentence. And I am teaching you the principles of stewardship and faith that will govern the abundance I am about to release. Do not let the numbers in your bank account dictate your worth or your mood. Instead, sow seeds of gratitude and generosity even in your lack, for that is the key that unlocks the windows of heaven. I am shifting resources in your favor, touching the hearts of people to bless you, and creating opportunities for increase that will spring up like water in the desert. You have felt like a failure because things didn't go according to your plan. But you must understand that my plan is often woven through the threads of what looks like failure to the human eye. The cross looked like a failure to the disciples on Friday, but Sunday was coming, and your Sunday is coming too, bringing resurrection to everything you thought was dead. Stop rehearsing your failures and start rehearsing my promises. Speak life over your dead situations and watch as the breath of the Almighty revitalizes them. There is a specific purpose for your pain, a ministry that will be born out of your misery, for you will be able to comfort others with the same comfort you are receiving from me today. You are being crafted into a vessel of empathy and hope for a hurting world. And your story will be the key that unlocks someone else's prison cell in the future. Do not despise the crushing, for it is producing the oil of anointing that will cause your life to burn brightly and give light to those who sit in darkness. I am calling you to a deeper level of intimacy with me, a place where you seek my face not just for what I can give you, but for who I am. In this place of last hope, you strip away the idols of comfort and security, and you find that I am the only thing that truly satisfies the hunger of your soul. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Not just a nap for your body, but a deep, settling rest for your spirit that tells you everything is going to be all right. You have been afraid to dream again because the disappointment was so bitter the last time. But I am giving you a new heart and a new spirit, removing the heart of stone and giving you a heart of flesh. Dare to dream again. Dare to believe that good things can happen to you. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. I am planting new seeds of vision in your mind even now. Nurture them with prayer and water them with the word, and they will grow into a harvest that will feed generations. The enemy has tried to isolate you, telling you that no one understands and that you are fighting this battle alone. But I have surrounded you with a cloud of witnesses and an army of angels that are encamped around you. You are part of a mighty family, a royal priesthood, and though you may feel physically alone in this room, you are spiritually connected to the greatest power in the universe. Open your spiritual eyes and see that those who are with you are more than those who are against you. The mountains are filled with horses and chariots of fire protecting you. I am breaking the chains of generational curses that have held you back. The patterns of failure and addiction and poverty that have plagued your family line are stopping with you. You are the cycle breaker, the one chosen to establish a new legacy of blessing and righteousness for your children and your children's children. Stand firm in this truth, declare your freedom, and refuse to accept anything less than the full inheritance that I have purchased for you with a great price. You have felt invisible, walked over, and unappreciated, but I have been watching your faithfulness in the small things, and I am about to reward you openly. Promotion does not come from the east or the west, but from the Lord. I put down one and exalt another, and your time of exaltation is drawing near. Keep your heart pure, keep your hands clean, and continue to serve with humility, for the way up is down, and I give grace to the humble. This message is your lifeline, a rope thrown to you in the deep waters. Grab hold of it with both hands and do not let go, for I am pulling you out of the pit and setting your feet upon a rock. You will look back on this season not with regret, but with gratitude, seeing clearly how I carried you when you could not walk, and how I shielded you from storms that would have destroyed you. You are coming out of this, not smelling like smoke, but radiating the glory of a survivor who has met God in the fire. I am restoring your joy, that bubbling strength that comes from within and has nothing to do with external circumstances. For the joy of the Lord is your strength. You will laugh again, you will dance again, and the sound of rejoicing will be heard in your home where there was once only the sound of weeping. Receive this joy now. Let it rise up in your belly like a fountain, washing away the residue of depression and heaviness. You have been waiting for permission to be happy, permission to move on, permission to succeed. I give you that permission today. You are free from the guilt of the past, free from the expectations of others, and free to be the glorious, unique individual I created you to be. Step out of the shadows and into the light, for you are the light of the world, and a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. I am giving you a new name in the Spirit. Where you were called forsaken, you shall be called Hephzibah, for my delight is in you. Where your land was termed desolate, it shall be called Beulah, for you are married to me. Your identity is undergoing a transformation, and you will no longer answer to the names of your trauma or your failures. You are a child of the King, a joint heir with Christ, and a victor over the enemy. Do not fear the future, for I am already there. I have walked into your tomorrows and smoothed out the rough places. I have prepared the table for you in the presence of your enemies. Your future is not a scary void. It is a canvas painted with my goodness and mercy, which will follow you all the days of your life. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that I go before you to make the crooked places straight and behind you to be your rear guard. This is the turning point, the moment where the tide shifts and the momentum begins to swing in your favor. Can you not perceive it? The winds of change are blowing. bringing with them the fragrance of rain and the promise of a new season. Set your face like flint. Refuse to be moved by what you see with your natural eyes, and trust entirely in the vision I have placed in your heart. I love you with an everlasting love, a love that is fierce, protective, and unchanging. Nothing you do can make me love you more, and nothing you do can make me love you less. Rest in that love. Let it be the pillow for your weary head and the blanket for your shivering soul. You are safe in my arms, you are held, you are known, and you are cherished beyond measure. Now wipe your eyes, stand up on your feet and shake off the heavy chains of despair, for your redemption draweth nigh. Go forth in this might of yours, knowing that the Lord your God is with you wherever you go, that he will never fail you, and that your last hope was just the beginning of his greatest miracle. If this message has touched your spirit and renewed your strength, I invite you to join this community of believers by subscribing, so you never miss a whisper from heaven intended for your soul. You are loved, you are blessed, and you are never alone.